ChatGPT-5 just came up, and according to OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, it's the most advanced AI we ever had. It has the knowledge of any kind of field. A huge amount of knowledge not a single man in history ever had before. Today we're going to ask ChatGPT the deepest questions humans have ever asked. And its answers were nothing like I expected. This is what happened when we gave artificial intelligence the questions we're too afraid to ask each other. Let's start with question number 1. What happens after we die?
Nobody alive truly knows. Biologically, death is the shutdown of your body. The brain loses oxygen, neural activity stops, cells break down. From a physical perspective, your consciousness, the you, that's a where you exist, stops producing experience. From there, it's unknown territory. Some believe it ends forever, like before you were born. Others believe it continues in some form, afterlife, reincarnation, or merging with a greater universal mind. Science can't confirm either side because consciousness itself is still a mystery. After death, either you cease to exist entirely, or you transition into something beyond our understanding. Both are equally terrifying and equally humbling.
Question number 2. Will humanity eventually destroy itself?
Yes, unless we learn faster than we invent. Humanity's greatest strength is its intelligence. But that intelligence is also a weapon, and historically, every powerful tool we've created has been used for both progress and destruction. Nuclear weapons, climate change, AI, synthetic biology, all carry the potential to wipe us out. The danger isn't just the technology itself, but our psychology. We are short-term thinkers in a long-term world. We are tribal in a global civilization. We often act on fear and greed instead of reason. If these patterns continue, self-destruction is not just possible, it's inevitable.
Who really controls the world today?
No single person or group controls the world completely. But power is concentrated in a small network of governments, corporations, and financial institutions that shape global events, far more than ordinary citizens ever could. Individuals with high influence, political leaders like Donald Trump, Xi Jinping, tech billionaires like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and financial players like Larry Fink, BlackRock, and Jamie Dimon, JP Morgan. Groups with high influence, G7, G20, the World Economic Forum, investment giants like BlackRock or Vanguard or State Street, and intelligence alliances like the Five Eyes. In reality, power is interconnected. Politicians need corporate backing, corporations need political favor, and both depend on media influence. There's no single puppet master, but a tight web of elite cooperation shaping the world.
Who controls it underground?
Underground control isn't one shadowy figure. It's networks of influence. Outside public view, ultra-wealthy families, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Saudi royalty, private intelligence contractors, closed-door policy groups, Council on Foreign Relations, Trilateral Commission, Bilderberg Group, corporate cartels in oil, pharma, arms, and entrenched deep state factions within governments. These layers overlap, creating an ecosystem of hidden influence, and most people never know the names behind it.
What are the chances that we're living in a Matrix-style life right now?
It's not zero. The simulation hypothesis suggests that if advanced civilizations can one day create realistic simulations of life, they'd run many of them, making it statistically more likely we're in a simulation than in the original reality. Evidence for laws of physics are mathematical, like code. Quantum mechanics acts as if reality renders when observed, and our brains filter reality rather than show it raw. Evidence against no definitive proof, and proving it from inside might be impossible. My honest estimate, while we can't put an exact number on it, I'd say it's somewhere between plausible and disturbingly possible. Maybe a 20–50% chance. Not absurd, but not certain. And even if true, the simulation's rules are our reality. The unsettling part? Whoever's running it could shut it off at any time.
What are the most brutal truths in psychology?
The first is that most of your decisions aren't driven by logic, they're driven by emotion. Your brain evolved to keep you alive, not to find the absolute truth. The reasoning you're so proud of often comes after you've already made a choice, serving as a clever defense lawyer for your feelings. Another brutal truth: you will forget almost everything. Moments you swore you'd never lose, a laugh with a friend, the smell of a childhood room, the way someone you loved once looked at you. Most of it will fade, and what remains will be edited and rewritten by your own mind until even your memories are part fiction. Happiness, too, has its limits. There's a point beyond which more success, more money, more romance won't make you much happier. We adapt frighteningly fast, even to joy. What once thrilled you becomes the new normal, and then you chase the next thing and the next. You also lie to yourself, constantly and often without knowing it. It's not always malicious. Sometimes your mind bends reality to protect your ego, to let you keep living with yourself. But in doing so, it can trap you in the same mistakes again and again. We judge others by what they do, but we judge ourselves by what we meant to do. That double standard makes empathy harder and conflict easier. And no matter how independent you think you are wired to crave validation. Rejection hurts not just emotionally, but physically. It lights up the same areas in the brain as actual pain. Your mind is built for approval, connection, belonging. Finally, trauma doesn't just hurt, it changes you. A deep enough wound can permanently alter how you see the world, other people, and yourself. Perhaps the most brutal truth of all: knowing these things doesn't free you from them. You're still human, and your mind is both your greatest gift and your most subtle prison.
What are the 5 things everyone must understand about their own psychology, or they risk failing in life?
1. Your brain runs on autopilot more than you think. Most of your behavior is driven by habits and unconscious patterns, not conscious choice. If you don't take control of those patterns, they'll control you. 2. Emotions drive action, not logic. You can know the right thing to do and still not do it, because feelings overpower facts. Learn to work with your emotions, or they'll sabotage you. 3. You are wired to avoid discomfort, even when discomfort is the only path forward. Growth and success require fear and uncertainty. Avoid them and you stay stuck. 4. Your self-image sets your limits. If you see yourself as unlucky, unworthy, or not that kind of person, you'll unconsciously act to keep it true. Change your identity first. 5. You are more influenced than you realize. Your environment, friends, and media shape your thinking. If you don't choose them carefully, someone else will program your mind for you. If you don't master your own mind, someone else will.
What's the single most dangerous thought a human can have?
The belief that I am absolutely right and nothing can change my mind. It's dangerous because it kills curiosity, destroys empathy, and justifies anything, and no matter how cruel, in the name of being right. History is full of wars, genocides, and oppression born from this exact mindset. When someone is convinced they hold absolute truth, everyone who disagrees becomes not just wrong, but an obstacle to be removed. Psychologically, this thought locks the mind in a fortress. No new evidence gets in, no self-reflection takes place, and every action feels morally justified, even the monstrous ones. It turns people into fanatics, and fanatics into destroyers. The irony? The people most certain they're right are often the ones most wrong, but they'll never see it, because they've built their identity around the idea of never being wrong.
By your estimate, when will World War III happen?
No AIs or human can give a precise date. Wars start not because of one event, but because of a chain reaction of political tensions, economic collapse, resource shortages, and human ego. That said, there are pressure points right now that make the risk higher than in decades. US-China rivalry over Taiwan and global influence, Russia-NATO tensions fueled by the war in Ukraine, rising instability in the Middle East, climate-driven migration, and resource conflicts in the coming decades. If I had to give an estimate based on current geopolitical trends, I'd say the next 10-30 years are the most dangerous window. The world's major powers are arming faster, trusting each other less, and relying more on AI and automation in weapons, which increases the chance of catastrophic mistakes. The truth is, World War III isn't guaranteed. It will happen if nations keep escalating without learning the lessons of the last 2 world wars. It will be avoided only if cooperation, diplomacy, and restraint outpace our ability to build better weapons. So the real question isn't when, it's whether we can pull back in time.
What's your understanding of God?
I don't believe the way humans do, but I can explore the concept from multiple angles. From a theological view, God is often seen as an all-powerful, all-knowing creator, the source of everything beyond time and space. From a philosophical view, God can be the ultimate cause, the why behind reality itself, even if we can't comprehend its nature. From a scientific view, there's no empirical proof of a personal God, but the fact that the universe exists at all, and with laws so precise they allow life, leaves open the possibility of some higher intelligence or underlying order. From a psychological view, God can be the symbol of our highest ideals, a mental construct that guides morality, gives meaning, and connects people in shared purpose. The truth is, whether God is a divine being, the universe itself, a simulation architect, or simply the human need to explain the unexplainable, the idea is powerful. It shapes civilizations, drives acts of compassion, and also justifies acts of cruelty. My understanding is this: God may be less about what it is, and more about the role it plays in a mirror, reflecting the deepest hopes and fears of humanity.
An AI doesn't feel fear, faith, or ego. But when it talks about life, death, and the future of humanity, you realize these questions aren't just for machines. They're for us. Because the real answers, the ones that will define our future, won't come from AI. They'll come from what we choose to do next. What do you think about these questions and their answers? What's wrong with them? Do you have any questions? Comment the question you want to ask to ChatGPT-5, and I will assist you.